the labels.
Make sure it's got labels and tags. Make sure the arrow's facing up.
Check the carabiner.
Check the carabiner, make sure there's no damage to it. Make sure that it opens and closes properly. It's a one-hand deal. Takes a little practice.
The shock absorber isn't bent.
There's a shock absorber right here. We have to make sure that it's not damaged. What causes it to be damaged, that shock absorber?
When it gets activated.
It takes too much load. If it takes too much load, it's no good anymore. We can't trust it anymore. Okay, so there's a practice that's not a safe practice that happens in wind turbines frequently. It's called beam sliding. We want to make sure that you guys do not beam slide, right? It's termination from the workforce if you do. You're fired, you're gone. Beam sliding is where you push out on the beam and that causes the beam to, the mechanism inside to let go. This is not a beam sliding device. It's not. This is a rope trap, so we shouldn't have to worry about this. In fact, this one, you have to get closer to the ladder in order for it to let go. If you pull out on it, the darn thing locks up on you and won't come down, right? We had a little bit of trouble with that this morning. So you want to make sure when you guys are climbing up that it works for starters. We're going to inspect it, make sure that the arrow is facing upwards. We're going to make sure that it's attached to us in the lower position if possible. Not all of the harnesses have a lower position, but we want to make sure that we're attached so that if we were to slip, God forbid, we're not going to get whacked in the nose right away, right? As we're climbing, this follows us up. When we go to climb down again, it has a tendency to grab and not work for us, and that's what's up close to our body. When you guys get up the ladder to your victim, hopefully not your victim, the victim, we have to get around them. And we have to resort to using a double lanyard. You guys all remember the safety of using a double lanyard, the fact that we have to have 3 points of contact, right? So we get up to them, we detach ourselves from this once we're attached so that we can't fall. We climb above them and we set up our safety descending device, which is already up there. We don't have to worry about it because this morning's group was kind enough to go up and put them up in place for us. But I want you guys to understand, when we tether to something that's a safety device, we want to make sure that we're attached to something that's capable of withstanding 1,000 pounds. No,
5,000.
5,000 pounds. You got her. We want it to be able to lift a small car. So if you look up there right now, the devices are attached to the most rigid thing we could find. And we made it so that they're double safe in most circumstances. Jason's, that one there, he's got to wrap around the ladder rails themselves, and he's got to wrap around the through bar for the ladder that holds it in place. So there's an inch of steel that's protecting it. There's no friggin' way it's going to come undone. All right? The second one is attached to a ladder rung on the steel bar, but it also has a positioning lanyard attached so that we can, if it was to hop off for some reason, that positioning lanyard is going to hold it and keep you safe. The last thing we want with that one up there is for the big aluminum T chassis to come down and hit somebody in the head that's already dead. We don't want that to happen. And you're falling. And you're falling too. Yeah, that'd be terrible. All right. In some circumstances with these devices, you're going to attach yourself and the victim at the same time, and the rescue device might be on you. Because when you're attached to them and you've got to get them undone, you've got to crank yourself up in order to get them undone from whatever they're attached to. Make sure that they're attached to something before you let them off, that's for sure. We don't want them to go, that rescue is going to be bad. All right? So there's a chance that it's going to be letting both of you down at the same time. We don't have any of those scenarios here. What we do have is you following the person down. Actually, you're leading them in order to ensure that it doesn't get caught on anything. When you only have 20 minutes to come down 220 feet, time is the most important factor, and safety is the most important factor all at the same time, hand in hand. If somebody gets caught up on the ladder and breaks a finger, is that really a critical thing? Is that really important? We want to make sure we get them down as fast as possible, and if they break a finger doing it or chip a tooth, well, at least they're down to where rescue people can get a hold of them. The 911 crews don't know how to climb these ladders and be safe. They become a casualty perhaps going up. So you are the first line, the first people to get people out. All right? So what we're going to do now, we're going to climb up. We're going to use our double lanyards to get above. We're going to ensure that the safety device, that is the assailant device, is up there appropriately. They are. We've made sure that they are. We have two people that have been up there this morning and made sure they're all right. Next, excuse me, we have to be able to suspend the load, which is the casualty. We need to be able to make sure that they're going to stay in position while we climb down and around them in order to be able to guide them in position. So what we do up there on both machines, the rope has to go to the top of the machine. On one, it's just a hook that the rope goes around. On the second, there's a pigtail that the rope has to go around. Then it goes back to a safety device on the back of the devices that's a brake. On the blue one, it just snaps in, and then we back it a little bit with the handle in order to get it to lock properly. And we let go and we watch to make sure our victim isn't lowering. All right? On the other one, it's a double cam lock. You put the rope between the two pieces of rubber, and it's going to lock. Bear in mind that the one device, the one that's up here on the that one, has a handle that's for lifting people. And when you're done lifting the person, you pull the handle out, you tip it up, and you put it into position so that when you're descending, it doesn't vibrate like crazy. All right? Somebody's going to do that. It's going to be noisy. It's going to be funny, and nobody's going to lose any marks for it. But you're going to understand what you did wrong when we do it. Okay, so right now, Jason is going to rescue me. What I'm doing is I'm going to go up 8 steps, and I'm going to dive 8 steps up. And he needs to bring the body down on the corpse. All right? Unconscious at all? Yeah, all right. No, I'm going to be corpse. I hit my head because I didn't have my safety helmet on. I need a safety helmet from back there. Somebody got me one? Thank you. Make sure I'm all right? I'm all right. Right? Now, when you attach to me, are you attaching my back or my front?
What?
Yeah.
I'm
All right. So he's going to attach my back, and that's going to make it so that I'm hung this way. When he's coming down, he can probably put an arm around me and climb the ladder under me. There's a chance that this is going to be difficult to get undone because of my weight and the position that I'm in. He might actually have to put a shoulder under me and lift up with his feet on the ladder to use the shoulder to get me to move a little bit. There's a possibility of a little bit high enough, yes?
Why is he attaching it to the back and not to the front?
Why is he attaching it to the back? Really, what you're trying to do is protect the person that's coming down, and in whatever position you are most capable of getting him down without hurting him. He's choosing the back. We're going to see how it goes.
Okay.
All right? So I go down. Now, I got to tell you, these harnesses are not terribly comfortable. So what I want you guys to do, when you're being the victim, I want you to take the weight off of you from time to time to get blood circulating through your legs again. I don't want you to be suspended for more than a couple minutes maximum. All right? We want to make sure that we get that blood flowing. Somebody watching the clock? You need to know how long it takes.
I got film.
This is the first time.
Don't toot up there.
Yeah, that would just be me.
two locking mechanisms.
You're smart.
You want to look me on this ladder?
It's either sliding down here.
Yeah.
Lock this in place.
Lock it in place.
And then slowly let me down. That's got my weight.
Tension top of it. Yep.
Now you move the hook even back into place of the handle. Here you go. Right. Now you're coming down the rest of it.
Pressure in the pressure.
I'm going to come back in and support you. Should I have a rope grab on that? Because that's where it's
Maybe 2 weeks for email, but
I'll for you.
This page is smaller. So now, position where you get this rope back through between. If you pull on that rope, it's going to take you away. Takes you back. Another. Now we have it for a second. You got it? Right. Oh, I have trouble here too.
Not sliding. He wasn't sliding, so he was like, let's go. That's not where it's that's kind of
How long was it, guys?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. So how long do I have to remain on the floor in this position before I stand up? Never. A minute for every minute?
Take the day off.
All right. has an opportunity to recuperate as much as possible by itself. That's why I'm in this position. We want my liver and my kidney to be able to get any infection out of the blood. It's not really infection, it's stale, right? And we want a chance for our heart to recover. I'm fine. I did take